It's your favorite ex-alcoholic. Have you ever heard that drunk words are sober thoughts? Has someone ever said some off-the-wall ridiculous shit that is totally outside their character and you're like, dude, do I even know you? Regardless if they meant it, those words still cause damage. Trauma still ensued. Even though it was a joke, your brain still reacted painfully. That usually happens when we've had way too much alcohol, we're overdosing on that neurotoxin, or we've literally blacked out and we stopped remembering things. Depending on our situation, we may think that that's what they're really trying to say, and they were using alcohol to finally have some confidence to say it like it is. Or maybe you've been that person that just slipped out that one comment that you're like, no, that's not what I meant. That's not how I was trying to say it. So before you take all the things they say to heart, let's shift your perspective real quick. Alcohol is a neurotoxin. It is a drug, and it disrupts the chemistry in the brain. It disrupts how your synapses are firing and where they're firing from. Not to mention, alcohol is an amplification unit. So happy people usually say happy things when they drink. Sad and angry people tend to say sad and hurtful things when they're drinking. Not only that, but it literally distorts reality. Things aren't what they appear, which is why changing your perspective is just as important. I'm an ex-alcoholic. I spent a majority of my life under the influence and partying with people till 4 a.m. You would not believe the amount of things that I've heard when someone was in a drunken stupor and they don't even remember it the next day. Now, if you're somewhat sober or really don't care, you could recognize that they were drunk and they were saying things from a space they literally had no control over. That's not an excuse, but that is the reason. So if you have ADHD or even a heart, you're probably overanalyzing everything they said. Instead of doing all that, we need to focus on their consistent actions and behaviors. Is what they said in alignment with how they behave? Are they an angry person and then decided to throw a rock at you? That makes sense. That means they're struggling. Their actions and their words are in an alignment. But if they are genuinely a good-hearted person and they very rarely act out of character, don't take their words so seriously and definitely don't allow it to jeopardize your relationships. Yes, those words hurts, but had their inhibitions been there, they would have checked themselves so they didn't wreck themselves. So if the person you're referring to is kind and genuine and curious and open-hearted and empathetic when they're not drinking, that's their reality, not the reality that they step into after tequila. That does not give them an excuse to drink and get away with what they said or did, though. If they're drinking too much, they're saying too much. If they're practicing alcoholic behavior, they're just going to need more and more excuses. So if you feel me on this, or maybe you were that person at one point, or maybe you have some guilt and some shame from that thing that you said the other day, definitely give me a follow. Share this with someone who could be struggling. And don't be afraid to check my page for more resources.